Today we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, July 21st, 2021. And make sure you hang around to the end of the video to hear about my upcoming 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Alright guys, let's jump right into it this week with our covers. I do have a couple of covers on my list this week. The first one is Superman and the Authority #1, the variant cover by Jim Bartell. It's a beautiful black and white cover of Superman, and I've already picked this up on Midtown Comics. I had to pay $31.25, something like that. It was 31 bucks and something with the discount code. But yeah, I picked that one up. Gorgeous, gorgeous Jim Bartell cover. I'm becoming a huge fan of her art. And the only other cover I have this week is Moon Knight #1 by one of my favorite artists out there, David Mack. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous Moon Knight cover in that David Mack art style. Absolutely dig it, and just like the Superman cover, I've already picked this one up as well. Alright guys, that's the only covers for this week, so let's jump into our first appearances. So first up is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt #1. Now this is a one-shot, and I think there's going to be 4 different one-shots altogether, but this is the Jabba the Hutt version. And this is the first appearance of Deva Lompop, a bounty hunter. Staying with that Star Wars theme, we've got Star Wars High Republic Adventures #6. This is the first cameo appearance of Tal Bota. It's the first appearance of Leox Giazzi, and the first appearance of Affie Hollow. You know, I can't wait. I hope some of these characters end up in a movie or a TV show, and we can see just how bad I butcher these names, especially with these Star Wars characters. Next up, book we already talked about, Superman and the Authority #1. This is the new Authority roster led by Manchester Black, Midnighter, Apollo, Enchantress, Natasha Irons, Light Ray, and Omok. You also have the first appearance of new versions of Light Ray and Omok, and it's the first team appearance of an unknown team led by Ultra Humanite. We got a Savage title for you this week, Savage Avengers #22. This is the first full appearance of a Ghost Rider who existed in the Hybrora age of Conan's timeline. And then back over to the Star Wars theme, we got Star Wars Darth Vader #14. This is again a War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in. And there is an appearance of Umbaran Shadow People, but it was unclear if this is actually going to be a new character. I couldn't find anything that said it was going to be a new character, but you do have this Umbaran Shadow People showing up in this issue, and it is speculated that there could be a new character from here. So be on the lookout for that Star Wars Darth Vader #14 as a potential first appearance. Then we have Thor Annual #1, and this is the first appearance of a dark, twisted version of Thor, who is determined to become the iron-fisted ruler of all the realms. Then we jump over to Aliens #5, which is the first full appearance of Alpha Xenomorph. And wrapping up the first appearances this week is Moon Knight #1, and we have the first appearance of Dr. Badar. So that's all the first appearances this week, guys. Let's talk about some second prints that are coming out. On the second prints, we have Spawn Universe #1, the second printing. We also have that awesome book, or the awesome Nightwing run, Nightwing #81, which was a phenomenal, phenomenal issue with a really, really cool cover. It almost made my covers list. Just has Nightwing and Robin hanging out on the front of it. But what I dig about it was the colors. It's almost kind of like black and white with a color splash, and I really dug that. And then you have White #1 from Black Mask Comics. You've got the second print on that one as well. That first one was incredibly hot. It's done very well in the secondary market. And you've got the second print for White #1 coming out this week. That's all the second prints. Let's jump into our honorable mentions. As always, there's a ton of honorable mention books on my list this week. Like I said, the wallet will be on fire again Wednesday. Some books, I guess, continuing storylines that I'm reading that are out this week. Nightwing #82, that Tom Taylor run, which has been phenomenal. You've got a new Shazam story, Shazam #1 coming out. Radiant Black #6 is out this week as well. It's Undiscovered Country #14. Gamma Flight #2 from Al Ewing. The first book was pretty good, and I love Al Ewing, so I'm going to pick this one up and read #2 as well. And then Proctor Valley Road #5. So those are the books that are kind of continuing that I'm going to pick up this week. But here are some of the newer books this week that you should check out and definitely made the honorable mention list this week. And the first one is Bermuda #1. Bermuda is a 16-year-old girl who lives on an island in the Pacific where planes and people go missing, but one such arrival is about to change everything. So that sounds kind of interesting. That's one of those, again, that I'll probably pick up at the LCS, flip through, see if it looks interesting, see if it catches my attention. And if it does, I'll bring it home. Next up is Skybound X #3, and this is the Chapter 3 of the Rick Grimes 2000. It's the Super Soldier version of Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. This story also features Science Dog from Invincible, and you also have stories from Murder Falcon and Assassination Nation. So Skybound X #3 is a definite book to be on the lookout for. Next up on our list is Tales from Harrow County, Fairfolk #1. Fresh off the loss of her goblin friend to a strange portal, Bernice must weigh her responsibilities as protector of Harrow County with her desire to get her companion back safe and sound. And this is another one of those books that synopsis sounds okay, but I'm probably going to pick it up and again flip through it, see what it looks like before I decide to bring it home. But it is a #1, and I wanted to make sure we put it here on the honorable mention list. This next book is Trailer Park Boys Get an Effing Comic Book #1. This is an anthology of short stories based on characters from the TV show. Now, this book almost made my top 5 list because I love the Trailer Park Boys. I thought that show was hilarious. And the fact, just that title alone, Trailer Park Boys Are Getting an Effing Comic Book, that just goes so well with the show. I loved it. I didn't put it on the top 5, but it definitely made it here on the honorable mention list, and it is definitely a book that I'm going to pick up this week. Next up from DC, we've got Blue and Gold #1, and this is an 8-issue limited series featuring classic team-up Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Booster Gold seeks the help of Blue Beetle to go on a heroic social media campaign. This could be funny. It's another one of those series that I don't know that I will pick up. I may seek to read it digitally because Booster Gold cracks me up whenever he's in the book. I think he's funny, and the team up of Blue Beetle is always pretty good if you like DC. So I'm kind of looking forward to this team up and this run, but again, maybe one that I pick up digital. Maybe you want to as well. All right, next up, Extreme Carnage Phage #1. This is a one-shot featuring the Life Foundation symbiote Phage. Then we've got Miles Morales, Spider-Man #28, and this is the conclusion of the Clone Saga. And the synopsis, or something I read, might be kind of interesting to you, possibly revealed that the clone program has something to do with Weapons Plus, as the Spider-Man clone is referred to as a super soldier for hire. So if you read the Clone, any of like the Clone Wars, the Clone Conspiracy from Spider-Man, and now you've got Miles kind of going through that same thing, you kind of tie those together with the Weapon H program, that could be kind of dope, right? So Miles Morales, Spider-Man #28 might be a book you want to pick up. Last up on the honorable mention list this week is Guardians of the Galaxy #16, and this is the Last Annihilation crossover event. All right, guys, that are the honorable mention books this week. Let's jump into my top 5. Number 5 on the list this week is Nottingham #5 from Mad Cave Studios. This is the final issue of that 5-part series, and I just read the first 4 issues over the weekend. Really, it's one of those deals I was kind of wondering what the hype was. It's actually really good. It's a good series. It's another book that's been really hot on the secondary market. And as this wraps up this story arc, it's definitely a book I think you'll want to jump out there and pick up, especially if you picked up the first 4. Number 4 on the list this week is from Image, and that is Siphon #1. And the synopsis reads, an EMT is given the ability to sense and siphon pain from others, but his gift quickly becomes a curse as the mysterious forces wish to covet his power for their own means. So I think that sounds kind of cool. As far as a storyline, especially from Image Comics, they usually do a really good job with this type of story. So Siphon #1 is a definite pickup for me this week, and that's why I made number 4 on the list. Number 3 on the list this week is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt #1. Now, we talked about this earlier in the first appearances, as it is a first appearance of Deva Lompop, a bounty hunter. Any of these Star Wars books with new characters, new bounty hunters, there's potential spec on these with the Disney Plus channel and with The Mandalorian. in any of these offshoots that they might do. So a book like this, I'm picking up all these. If it's a first appearance of a bounty hunter of any kind, I'm picking it up because you just never know. They may end up in one of the shows and there could be great value. Very cool variant cover on this one by Bernard Chang. I guess showing this particular character. I didn't add it to my covers list. It's not one that I would buy just for the cover, but it's still kind of cool. And there's a 1 in 25 cover by Ivan Coelho. Number 2 on the list this week is Mom, Mother of Madness #1 from Image Comics. This is co-written by Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones, my Khaleesi, the Mother of Dragons. Oh yeah, I love me some Emilia Clarke. Love Game of Thrones, love her. She was one of my favorite characters. She is just gorgeous. Love her. And the fact, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, very intelligent, and she controls dragons, people. What more could you want? That's a winner for me. Check, check, check. That's what I'm screaming. Anyway, the story is a woman who lives an otherwise normal life activates bizarre powers to take on human traffickers. Now there's some really nice covers here as well. There's a 1 in 100 variant cover by Mirka and Dolfo, a 1 in 25 Virgin variant by Joe Ratcliffe, and another beautiful variant by Jim Bartell, which is probably my favorite. And like I said earlier, Jim Bartell really becoming one of my favorite artists. I really dig her work. But that's Mom, Mother of Madness #1, co-written by the Mother of Dragons. Definitely picking that one up this week, and I think there's probably some real good spec potential for that one as well. Alright guys, we are here. We're at number 1 on the list this week, and that is Dark Blood #1 from Boom Studios. The synopsis on this reads, after an incident that occurs in 1955 Alabama, a young black man awakens with incredible abilities in a country that never wanted him to have any power. So I dig this. With White coming out and being so popular on the secondary market, Dark Blood #1 also kind of fits that bill. It's a political thriller type book. I really like the way that the cover looked, and that's the kind of book I really like to read. So this one really stood out to me as far as all the books coming out this week. That's Dark Blood #1 from Boom Studios. You also get a 1 in 25 variant cover by Dan Mora, a 1 in 10 black and white Virgin variant by Valentin De Landro, a 1 in 50 Virgin variant by Dan Mora, which is basically the same cover as the 1 in 25. It's just a Virgin cover. So Dark Blood #1 from Boom, #1 on the list this week. Cannot wait to read that one. Alright guys, that is it for our list this week. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for a little while to find out what books are coming out and what books maybe you should be looking at. This is one of my most popular videos, and I really appreciate the support for it. I really enjoy doing it as I'm looking for new books, you know, to pick up and sharing that information with you. Now, a couple of things down in the description below. I do sell some mystery boxes. It's the SmallTown Collectibles mystery box. There's a $25 version, a $50 version. If that's something you're interested in, if you buy mystery boxes, hit me up either through eBay or you can DM me on Instagram and I can sell you one through there as well. I still have the code with Street Level Hero LA. That's STC10. Use that code, you get 10% off your order, but 25% of your overall order is donated to the American Cancer Society for Cancer Research. Now, the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. There will be a video dropping tomorrow, 6 p.m. There's actually 11 videos dropping. I'm dropping one, which will be a longer form video. Then there are 10 channels that are partnering up with me on my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. At the recording of this video, I'm at 844 subs, so I'm 156 away. Cannot, wait to get there. Already got the watch hours, just need the subs, so we're going to make this push right now to try to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So we're giving away a ton of stuff. All 10 channels that are participating are giving something away. I'm going to be giving a ton of stuff away. I mean, I think counting it up, probably 20-25 prizes total when I hit that 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and we'll do a live. Have a ton of fun doing that, so be on the lookout for updates on that, and make sure you stay tuned to the channel this week to find out how to get entered. Also, I have a massive 10 questions coming out this week, so you guys make sure you watch 10 questions. It was a big thrill for me to do, so be on the lookout. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me. I hope you have the best new comic book day ever. I know I'm going to. As I always end these things, until next time.